Welcome back, my good people. It's nice to see you back, and thank you so much for elevating this channel. And during our last video, people were asking some questions that I feel that today we should discuss about this topic, and I should not leave it hanging. Now, one member asked about does masturbation help, and what about once a week? Is it an option? And I feel that we should be able to know about masturbation, and some people call it self-love, self-pleasure, self-juicing, how I normally term it. And I want us to know if this self-pleasure or this self-love or the so-called self-juicing or even checking has some advantage or disadvantage in our life. Now, before I dig deep into the pros and cons or even disadvantage and advantage of masturbation, I should be able to debunk the myths that surround this particular topic, what is going on in the social media. What I want to tell you is based on science and medicine, and it is the truth that is revolving in our life. Forget about the myths of masturbation causing infertility. Your semen and your spermatozoa are intact regardless of how many times you do self-love. Multiplication of the spermatozoa do occur and they are intact regardless of how many times you do it. That if you do this, your palm will become hairy. No, there's no scientific evidence supporting this. Even you will become weak, your bones become weak, and you can be prone to fractures, and it can even lead you to blindness or even growth, stunted growth. You will not grow when you do this particular self-pleasure or self-love. I want to tell you that this is those are pure myths that has no scientific evidence. Even if you do this, it will never reduce your testosterone levels. Your testosterone levels normally just decline a little bit after self-juicing, then it goes up just like immediately. And it is not only that single men do self-pleasure. Even those who are married, those who are in very tight and close relationship, normally do self-pleasure, and they normally do self-juicing. So those myths that are surrounding you, you should be able to brush them away from your mind and to seek the scientific evidence that I'm going to bring to you today. Now, the way I call it self-juicing, when you juice yourself, when you self-love yourself, when you have this particular pleasure, there are some nice things that will happen to your body. Now, these are the advantages of masturbation. But also everything that has its pros must have its cons. Start with what are the benefits of you self-juicing. Now, first thing, when you self-juice, self-pleasure, the way I say, you will feel good, you will feel nice because of the hormones that are released in your body when you self-juice, like endorphins. I've been talking about endorphins, the feel-good hormones. When you do this, stress is gone, your moods will be enhanced, you will feel relaxed. And sometimes you may even sleep. Have you ever wondered why men sleep after sexual intercourse? These are because of these hormones, the prolactin, oxytocin, and even the endorphins. We don't just sleep because we love sleeping. That's something that comes naturally. So if you don't watch that my video about reason why men sleep after, you know, click the link in the description, even watch it up here, somewhere here. It's appearing in this particular corner, and you will get those answers. Now, by self-juicing, when you release these hormones, you will just feel that the stress is gone, and even if you have some pain in your body, it will just go away naturally. And it has been linked that when you get this pleasure of time to do this checking, it will enhance your prostate health. In fact, it's documented that regular ejaculation may reduce the risk of cancer of the prostate by prostate by flushing these toxins away. And this is a research that has been done. 2016 study, the latest, about 31,925 men who were placed to self-juice and do self-pleasure. It was found that after some period of time, they are cancer-free, particularly of the prostate. And this one doesn't apply for those people who have advanced cancer of prostate. And it is not a rule of thumb that if you self-juice, then you will never ever get prostate cancer. No, it is postulated, and it is also research has been done that it has high chances of reducing the risk of this particular cancer of the prostate. Now, when you do this as a man or even as a woman, it will reduce sexual tension. You know, your lady stays away, your man stays a very those long distance relationships. So what do? You do self pleasure, you self juice yourself to prevent this particular tension because of this long distant relationship. And when you self juice, this is something that you do yourself. There's no risk of STIs, those chlamydia we've been talking about, those gonorrhea we are talking about, the syphilis we've been talking about. You have what we call safe sexual outlet. Now, by doing that, you will be learning your body. When do I want to come? So that you don't disappoint this your partner, so that you don't come very fast when your partner is not. You will be helping to manage your erectile dysfunction. You will understand your performance anxiety and maintain your sexual function and ejaculate when it's needed, so that you don't ejaculate when the time doesn't come. So self-juicing is nice, it has its advantage, and you've heard that. Now, something that has its advantage must have its disadvantage. So, disadvantages of self-juicing, self-love, self-checking. Now, there's a feeling of guilt and shame. Why am I doing this? Based on cultural factors, religious factors, belief sometimes may affect your mental health. So, if you're feeling guilt that you are doing this, it is yourself, it's your body, you can actually stop doing it. Now, when you do this excessively, you know, some people do it with different kind of objects that can even bring physical injury to the penile tissues, the vaginal areas, and the physical soreness of those your key areas, even the anus. And this can bring tissue damage and can even invite some infection. So take care not to inflict injury when you are doing self-juicing, self-love, or even self-pleasure. When you feel that when you are doing this, it will interfere with your daily life and even your work patterns and even time reporting to work, you are coming late, you are neglecting your responsibilities because of this your self-pleasure or jerking or self-juicing, then you should be able to look at this into details, and particularly when now it wants to interfere with your relationship, when it's bringing what we call relationship strain. Sometimes you might reach a point that you are not even interested in your partner, and this can bring relationship challenges, and your partner can walk away because now you are not valuing this your partner because you are used to self-juicing. When you are self-juicing or when you are doing this pleasure, sometimes it can bring overstimulation of your key sensitive parts, and this may affect the intimacy. It may reduce the sensitivity of your key major sexual organs, and when you do this, it can even interfere with your performance issues, and you will develop unrealistic expectation, particularly when you are self-juicing, when you are watching those pornographic films, those X-rated videos. So you have a high expectation that if your partner is not able to meet, then this your partner, you are terming this your partner as now a stooge. This your partner is a stooge. It has nothing to do with you. Sometimes when you are doing self-juice, you can have some temporarily tiredness and fatigue, which can sometimes lead to lethargy, and you sleep because of those happy hormones that makes you relax, and this might affect your productivity, either where you are working or even maintaining your family members in terms of taking care of them. When you are addicted, you can develop what we call erectile issues, and this is the main thing sometimes that come out about masturbation. And when you are doing this thing habitually, it can make you have difficulty in achieving and maintaining that your erection, particularly when you are using aggressive techniques that are interfering with the key areas of your sexual organs. So I want you to know that when this thing is done in excess, it can even bring what we call psychological dependence. You will have developed dependency, like those people who normally smoke excessively or even a drug addict. It's just like a drug. You will become addicted. And when there's a situation that needs your judgment, clear mind, the only thing you will remember, let me now go and self-juice. Let me go and self-juice first. Then after self-juicing is when I can come and do things. So the coping mechanism for the deeper emotional issues will ensue, and now you will not be able to make quick and necessary judgment because of this loneliness that has coped up with you, and you only think of self-juicing or doing self-love. So what is the advice that as a medical practitioner I can give to cope with this particular situation? Majorly the pros, the disadvantages of self-juicing. Now, you should be able to maintain balance of yourself. Do not overdo it. If you overdo it, you will become addicted, and this thing is just like a drug, and leaving it will be very, very, very difficult. It will affect you until the end of your relationship. It will end your relationship. It will even end your work. You can lose your job because of this. Maintain cleanliness. If at all you have to do it because it has advantages, make sure that your hands are clean and you use the object that may be approved for this, that may help you self-juice without injuries. You should be able to avoid unrealistic expectation, particularly those who are watching those X-rated videos. Your partner cannot be like the video that you watched. The performance of your partner might not be the same of what you've seen. So sometimes when you are disappointed, you go and self-juice so that you be top of what was happening. So this is also addictive, and I'm kindly asking you, if this symptoms persist like this, then you should visit a psychologist, a therapist. Counseling should be done to you, and talk to someone, a healthcare provider, a psychologist that can help you to cope with this situation and let it go. Because if you don't let it go, it will bring guilt and addiction, and sometimes you might feel lonely, and the only thing you will be doing is to hide yourself in somewhere you can always self-juice. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly hit the notification bell, written subscribe, turn it on for more videos that will use. And if at all you are a man who is having some problems of ejaculation, kindly watch the videos that appear up here for how you can improve your natural ejaculation. And if you are interested to know how your size of odogu, the normal size of your odogu, the penis, watch this video here so that you are well conversant with what is going on in your life. Otherwise, thank you so much. Let me see you in the next video. Muchas gracias.